video, I'm gonna give you 10 reasons why you're gonna love living in Williamsburg. Now, I've never lived in Williamsburg, but as a real estate agent, and also just having friends in the neighborhood, I do spend a lot of time in Williamsburg. Like, I would say out of all the Brooklyn neighborhoods, I probably spend the most amount of time here. So I really feel like there's two things that really attract people to Williamsburg. First off is gonna be the bar scene, because this neighborhood definitely has a really, really good bar scene. And I wanna say, honestly, like a bar scene, something for everybody. Like not even just like your like local dive bars, but also like super trendy bars and like very cocktail program forward bars. Like you really have something for everybody when it comes to the bar scene in this neighborhood. Now, this also brings me to my second point, because I really do feel like Williamsburg has a very strong sense of community. I really do feel like it just is one of those neighborhoods that has a vibe of like the people who are here are people who live here, or people who are visiting people who live here. And that's definitely not the case for some neighborhoods, and especially a lot of neighborhoods in Manhattan, that's definitely not the case. You don't typically find such a strong community vibe. And I really feel like Williamsburg does have that. Now, over the past 10 years, we've seen so many Manhattan amenities come to Brooklyn, and specifically coming to Williamsburg. So what am I referring to? Gyms, things like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, all these things that are coming into this neighborhood. And it's now becoming one of those neighborhoods where like, if you live in Williamsburg, you honestly don't even really have to leave, because there's just so much in Williamsburg directly. Also, a lot of like fast casual places have been opening up in Williamsburg. There are some restaurants that have been opening up second, third locations in Williamsburg. So next, it's gonna be the ferry. A lot of people don't even realize that there is a ferry in Williamsburg that can take you to Manhattan. So you don't always have to rely on the L train. You can actually get into Manhattan via ferry, and it's not even that much more expensive. So the next thing is gonna be the live music scene is absolutely great in Williamsburg. Honestly, if I have to think of a live music neighborhood, Williamsburg is gonna be definitely one of the top 3 out of all of New York City that I would think of, because they definitely do have a ton of live music going on over here. So you're not really seeing like a lot of like jazz music or things like that New York City is known for. That's definitely not going to be in this neighborhood, most of the time at least. But you're definitely going to see more like rock style, like bands, things like that, like those type of like performances and shows. Actually, there are a few places in Williamsburg that have kind of like acoustic style shows for like singer-songwriter type as well. So you're going to be seeing more kind of music like that, like new age, modern day music, more so than classic jazz. So just want to make that clear too. So the nightlife in Williamsburg is actually also really good. There's a ton of really, really great places. And it's one of those places in New York City where the nightlife is also very welcoming. It's not like super pretentious like some neighborhoods. So that's also something that I feel like people like going to Williamsburg for the nightlife, because it's still really fun, but also a little bit more low-key than other neighborhoods. Now, one of my favorite things about this neighborhood is the coffee scene. I love a good coffee shop. And if anyone has watched any of my videos before, you guys know how much I just love like sitting there with like an old-fashioned like regular mug and having a latte. Like one of my favorite things to do. I probably prefer that sometimes over like a regular bar scene. So you have so many wonderful coffee shops to pick from in this neighborhood. Like you could just spend the day just walking around Williamsburg trying all these different coffee shops. I mean, you'd be hyped up on caffeine, but it would be a really fun day because there are a lot of really great ones to try. Now, this neighborhood also has really great waterfront parks, and the waterfront parks also, which leads me to my next point, has wonderful views of Manhattan, like gorgeous views of Manhattan. So some of the best views of the New York City skyline can be found in this neighborhood. And my last reason why people love Williamsburg is definitely going to be the price, especially the price compared to Manhattan. Now, I know if you're comparing Williamsburg to other Brooklyn neighborhoods, the price is not going to seem very good, because if you're looking at Brooklyn as a whole, this is definitely going to be one of the pricier neighborhoods. Not the most expensive, but one of the pricier ones. But overall, if you're comparing it to some neighborhoods in Manhattan, it is going to be more affordable, and you might be able to get a bigger place than you would in Manhattan. Now, Williamsburg prices have been climbing over the years, and I do have to say it is cheaper than some neighborhoods in Manhattan, because there are also some neighborhoods in Manhattan where you might be able to find a similar price or a similar style unit. And also, to give a little bonus, Williamsburg does have a good amount of new construction or newer build places. So if you are looking for that, Williamsburg is also a good option with a lot of those type of buildings as well. So that's just 10 reasons why you're going to love living in Williamsburg. If there's anything I missed or anything that you guys want to add to this video, please let me know in the comments, because as always, I love hearing from you guys.